to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, and look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Yeah, out my
whoever this is, bro. Bob, whatever his name, Petrie. He ain't doing this. That shit ain't real.
All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to you say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Too hard. I gotta get to the bed. I'm gone, bro. Niggas already know I'm on the road. Gotta get in. I'm really out. Niggas tripping. He kicking out. Sometimes I can't really go. So you niggas really on. If you really want to go, you gotta go. I just gotta go. You gotta come and go. Listen to your name. All the way.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Bro, I can't do nothing to these computers.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Hey, what's the ball?
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, Winston. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Yeah.
Well, certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
You want to see a challenge?
Working out of the gun, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over.
Check 43. Echo.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Check 26, check 26. Go.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got caught.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
52 is the mic right here.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
52 is the mic. Mike 52. Mike 52. Oh, damn.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
It's like if I'm not completely set, they're not going to make it. Like, why is that?
Stop your whining. No, Mike 52. Mike 52. I'm here all day.
I mean, that's not a difficult shot. I don't see how that's a difficult shot.
From the gun, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Benson Mayowa coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
Clamp that shit up.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
From the 16, Winston. He'll find Lindsey here. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd?
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Bring it. Bring it. Let's go, let's convert, let's convert, let's convert.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
Here's Jackson to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. He's going to air one out. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
This boy Uncle Arroway got clamps.
I file it away because
Locking shit up. Call me Elroy.
As this game goes on, I'm gonna hit him with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Winston now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Yeah. I got the Chiefs, but I got
an incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Anthony Barr, Philip Lindsay, Devontae Adams, Devin Funches. And then we got two boosts. We got two development boosts for, to the next level. So I got like so many.
Jameis to throw it.
No incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Here we go.
From the 44, Jackson. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
What?
However, we do have a flag down.
God.
Let's check in with our referee. Deebo Samuel, the rookie wideout, his intended receiver. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
That's what I'm talking about, Kanye. You got to score 30 every night, fam.
After the penalty, it's Jones. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities.
Sounds like he gets a rebound.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
So if he open, he's just going to make this shit.
Now Jackson. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked by Kevin Byard.
Man, Joe, nigga, my defense is down. You said what?
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out.
Nah, you got to restart the game.
Looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. We're scoreless after 1.
Yes, we're not going to do that, bro. Have you just seen what he did to me?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. From 17 yards out.
Boy, Kanye West, if I would have gave him the best, if I would have just...
Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I need to clone
him.
You
described it solid because
and put his
you don't
DNA.
Get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield with a touchdown pass.
A throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal.
Some defensive badges, and he'll be on.
One back in the game, that's Jones.
What's
second
crazy
and goal.
That man Shaft, he got more shit than us.
Now it's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense. So the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position. Now facing third down. Now it's Jackson.
Man, that means he's going to do all of that damn.
Jonathan Hankins.
The only time he happy is when I'm giving him the deep fade.
Back-to-back sacks brings up fourth down. Badgley able to punch this one through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs. They have
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
Can you not make the playoffs? Is that an option?
3rd and long for Winston. Able to slide.
I need all the games. Like, I'm assuming the day should be
They work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else. End up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Easy. Hey, stop.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Winston now from the 50. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
And the shuffle pass to the running back goes for no yardage, but they used to call that the Utah pass, made famous by Coach Cactus Jack Curtis and his quarterback, Lee Grosscup.
And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Watch 52. Hey. Watch the run.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson throwing again. And this one incomplete.
Who is this?
Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Raiders on 3rd down.
Oh, so you saying when they progress at the end of the season, they can get like a Hall of Fame badge?
Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, standing just outside his own goal line. This is taken at about the 14.
Yeah. Do I still have y'all taken away my admin rights or no?
Distance. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Bro, I'm finna fix this shit before it becomes a death for me. Robert Parrish is not finna.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. A 2nd down throw for Winston. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Check 4. Read, 17.
Here's Winston. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
It's complete to Jones. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Finding Green complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
To throw again on second down. Jackson gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. But he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, and he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
52 the mic. Whip. Watch the whip.
To throw again is Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Winston looking deep for Adams. It got his man complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. And we're going to get a timeout. with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
New Mike 52, right 52. Rip right.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Winston now to throw on 1st down. And that's complete to Adams. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And this is caught, and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Davante Adams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close,
you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now, where they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He's got it to Williams. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies
to throw again. Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
After the interception, here's Jackson. His throw incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
That's what I do. Check your hot read. Switch. He's coming. Double up. Hey, he's coming. Double up.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. Often on fumbles, you look. Who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here's Jackson to throw. It's Williams on the catch. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, Jones has it.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
To throw is Jackson. And that will be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now a first down carry by Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Here we go. 5'2" is the Mike. Mike 5'2", Mike 5'1". He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. And his throw here is incomplete. Preston Williams, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Mike 52. Hey, pick your game up. Mike 52. All right, T, let's go. All right, T, go. Mike 52. Keep it up,
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Completes it to Samuel. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 11. Complete to Deebo Samuel. First down and goal to go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, Rory, what you cooking?
They'll come out in the pistol. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the...
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Winston.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After 1st and 2nd down went backwards, it's 3rd and very long. Jameis to throw it. That'll be complete to Cook. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Winston to throw for it on 4th. And Wilson has it. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Jameis now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He'll find Lindsey here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston looking deep for Adams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2.
His DNA is trash.
Jameis again. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36.
Kanye
Tell you
West
what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Rush in. Rush. Hey, stop. Green, triple team.
The first down throw for Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lindsey. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down. Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Go tonight.
To the air again with Winston. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
KC last year on fourth down, 12 of 15, third best in the league, and they're going again. Fourth down, Winston. And the pressure gets to him again. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on fourth down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. And you just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson got his man. It's Williams. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Jackson. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 23 yards. Play. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Benson Mayowa. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Now Jackson. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Is that Roy Hibbert?
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Undercrush.
And I thought he, at one point, bro, he was like, I mean, Shaq excluded him. I thought he was like the best man, big man in the game. He had all
throwing now is Jackson. And almost intercepted. That would have been his 3rd pick in this game alone. Instead, 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Oh, no.
4th down, here's Jackson. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Where we go?
Following the interception, Winston. It's caught here by Adams. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Ready. Black, let's go.
Winston to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Even. Crunch. Let's go now.
Winston. He completes it to Wilson. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
What's that?
Now Winston. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on fourth down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Now Winston on fourth down. They're able to locate Wilson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Here's Winston. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive,
you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Come get some. Here, one. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. I got you.
First throw in overtime now for Jackson. Dancing to his left. It's complete to Williams. And out across midfield down to the 45. 75 yards receiving for him now. And it's a first down. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Check 52 to Mike. Check 52 to Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, Dean. Let's get that ball right here.
So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Check 31. Check 31. Let's go. Back. No. Check that. Check that. We're on Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. I got you. Hey. 52 to Mike. Mike 52. Mike. Not today, you are.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, that it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Good track. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Now Winston. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll give him a yard on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. I don't want to overhype overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down.
Single slot.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. And he locates Luke Wilson. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down. How about that, partner? Not only a 4th down conversion in a tie game, a 4th down conversion in overtime in a tie game.
And so many factors go into making that call, and a lot of it is a head coach feeling the rhythm and understanding his team. Sometimes you think, okay, we better get this done right now. We might not have enough left if we let this game extend. Let's go get it, end it, and get a victory.
1st down, Winston. He'll find Lindsey here. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston, and finding the tight end Wilson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Ready? Back! Flip.
A 1st down throw for Winston. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs rolled around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us.
True.
We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Meh.
Yeah,
MEH, man. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Oakland, we sign off. So long, everybody.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I told no wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm pricey in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not saving, you be liking my flavor, I think it's cause I on the wrist,